Hello, hockey fans. Well, there are 32 days left in the NHL's regular season, and it's getting crazy. It really is. So, let's take a look at the playoff picture with barely over a month left in the season. In the Eastern Conference, the Atlantic Division, it's the same three teams in the top three, but the positions have changed. Florida still leads by 4 points, 85. Tampa and Toronto are tied with 81, but the two teams have played the same number of games. Tampa has the tiebreaker with more regulation wins, so they're in second. Toronto's in third. Oh boy. The Metro, like I said, that order is going to be the order for the rest of the season. Washington's up by a mint, closes in on a playoff spot. Carolina with 86 points, and New Jersey with 78. The ever-changing game of musical chairs known as the Eastern Conference Wild Card race has the Senators and the Rangers with the two spots. The Canadiens are 1 point out. The Blue Jackets and the Red Wings are 2 points out. The Islanders have a shot. The Bruins, strangely, have a shot. And even the Penguins have won 4 in a row, and they kind of have a chance here. So that's the East. Now let's take a look out West. In the Western Conference, the Winnipeg Jets still have a sizable lead in the Central Division, but look at second and third. It's getting close. The Avs with that big win over Dallas, only 2 points behind the Stars for second place. And like I said, that could be the first round, and it'd be nice if we get home ice. In the Pacific, it's still close. Vegas has the lead by 4 points. Edmonton and LA are still close. They've actually swapped positions a few times this past week, but Edmonton has second place by 1 point over LA. In the wild card race, it's Minnesota and the Canucks holding the 2 spots, but the Canucks barely hold it. St. Louis is closing in fast. The Canucks and Blues are tied in points. Vancouver's a game in hand. Calgary went from wild card 2 position to behind 2 teams for that spot. And they have 2 games in hand in Utah. That's the reason why they're ahead of the Utah Hockey Club. So it's pretty interesting. Now you notice there's only 14 teams shown. There's a reason for that. Yes, folks, we have an elimination this season, the first one of the year, and it's no surprise, the San Jose Sharks. When the Sharks face elimination on Sunday with 1 point from either St. Louis or Vancouver. Vancouver did lose in regulation, but St. Louis won big. So that win ended the Sharks' season on March 16th. So yeah, this is the 3rd straight year that the Sharks have been among the first 2 teams eliminated. It's the 2nd time in 3 years that they were the first team eliminated. I remember when this team almost never missed the playoffs. Their longest drop before this was 3 years. It's now double that. It's been 6 years since they've made it. And it's going to be a bit longer before that ship gets righted. But that's the Sharks, and their season is kaput. Now, let's take a look at the teams above the playoff line, starting with the Atlantic's top 3. Leafs, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? See, 2 weeks ago when I started this, Toronto was in first place. And I was talking about them possibly winning the division for the first time since 21. And again, if you have to be one of those that doesn't like to count the COVID seasons, shame on you if you are. This would have been the first division title in a full season in a quarter century. Now, Toronto's in danger of possibly dropping down to the wild card standings. It's that bad. They're only 4 points ahead of the Senators in the Atlantic Division standings. And the Senators have beat them 3 times this year. Toronto is in trouble. They haven't won in regulation since February 28th. Things need to be fixed right now, or they could be looking at the wild card standings and possibly playing one of the division champions. They could be playing Florida. They could be playing Washington in round 1. Leafs, you need to fix it. As I said, this is going to be the top 3 in the Metro for pretty much all year. But the Devils, they're in a peck of trouble. They've already lost Jack Hughes for the season, and now it's been announced that Dougie Hamilton's out for the rest of the regular season. That's not good. And the Devils have already been suffering for it, too. They've lost a couple of games, including losing 7-3 to Pittsburgh. So, We'll see how they do, but it does kind of look like they're going to be starting the postseason in Raleigh. Raleigh's pretty much the Hurricanes are pretty much going to lock up second place because Washington's going to win that division. They're 3 wins away from making the playoffs, and Ovi's getting close to that record. He's 8 away. The grade 8 is 8 away. So it's amazing what's happening in Washington. So we'll see what happens there in the final 32 days. So at the moment, the Rangers are above the playoff line somehow. And it's them and the Sanders. The Sanders, oh boy, they've won 6 in a row. I think they have an 8 or 9 game point streak. They are what teams in the league right now. It really does look like that drought is going to end. They have made the playoffs since 2017, and they look like a real threat to just get in there. No questions asked. The Rangers, like I said, they're above the playoff line right now. Will they stay there? Here's the thing. You got Montreal, you got Columbus, you got Detroit, either 1 or 2 points behind them. Even worse for the Rangers, those 3 teams have either 1 or 2 games in hand. Rangers have played too many games. They need to hope those 3 teams soup on some banana peels. Otherwise, the Rangers, it's going to be hell for them after this regular season. Oh man, I don't think any of us could have imagined the Avs being in such a good position even after that shaky and bad start where we were 0-4 and we were missing key players. Now look at us. We are within 2 points of second place. Now, Dallas still has some games in hand, so we still need them to kind of fall off a bit. And it doesn't help us that Dallas has a homestand, a 4-game homestand coming up. Only 2 of them are against teams above the playoff line, and there's only 1 of them that I really trust. The other is against Minnesota. You can't trust them wild right now. But here's hoping. It would be really something if the Avs pass Dallas, get second place, and game 1 of that series is in Denver. If we get that home ice, but with the way we're playing, we may not need it. Because Dallas has been kind of for a good bit. But we'll see how that goes. It's going to be wild. Yeah, so this is the Pacific now. But again, the Oilers and Kings, they were swapping places for quite a bit. The Kings have a good shot of at least passing the Oilers. And I've said this many times. If the Kings actually get home ice in round 1, they're probably going to win a series. Here's how sure I am of that. I watched their past 3 battles against the Oilers in the playoffs. They were pretty much in it. They knew how to steal those games in Edmonton. If they had home ice for any one of those years, I think the Oilers first round exit. I really do. But we'll see how the rest of the season goes. But I really hope the Kings get at least second place. They might have a shot at first. We don't know because it's very close in that Pacific. So Vancouver's currently holding wild card 2 at the moment. It's crazy that it's not as wild as the East, but it's crazy what's been going on. So you have Minnesota still hanging on to wild card 1. I don't think they're going to be passed. They're slipping, yes, but they're not going to slip so far as they'll actually fall either to wild card 2 or actually behind the line. They're going to be in the playoffs somehow, but the chances are they're going to have to face the division champion. Most likely whoever wins that Pacific. But Vancouver, can they hold on to that spot? It's going to be tough. The Blues are red hot. The Flames fell off a little bit, but they still have a pulse. And Utah's trying to prove something. It's going to be a crazy final month to see who's going to get that last spot. But it's going to be very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if the next video I do, I see Utah up there. Ooh. So that is a look at the playoff picture for my story on Vocal. Check out the link above when you can. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok and Instagram, feel free to hit that follow button. And I'll be back this time next week with another recap. So stay tuned.